Hi folks, welcome to Quarter Skills Chess Center. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hi folks, welcome back. Those of us that love the game of chess, I've been playing for 50 years, and I love the game. It's an amazing game. It's the greatest game ever invented. And we all know the wonderful feeling when we play a really good game or a really long tournament game, and we put everything we have into it, and we prevail. But we all know one thing that's also true. Chess is the cruelest game. It is the cruelest game. This is a game between Sam Shankland as white and Robert Hovhannisyan. He's from Armenia. This is the United States versus Armenia in the current Chess Olympiad playing in Chennai, India. And there's four people on each team. The Armenians had one win and one draw, and the Americans had one win and one draw. That left it up to Sam. If he drew this, they would tie. And considering the positions Leonard Dominguez had, and considering the position that Sam had, a draw in this instance would be a remarkable achievement. So let's go through it. I'm going to go through it really quickly at the beginning because it's the ending that's really important. So let's just go through it. It's a Slav defense. Sam is white. The opening isn't really important. Sam kind of loses the thread. You can stop the video or slow it down if you want. Sam's playing okay. And we'll go along here. And this is not knight takes, bishop takes. I mean, it's an okay position. Sam slowly but surely loses the thread. And these games are complicated. Look at these positions. They're incredibly complicated. Bishop, exchange rooks. And queens are still on the board, move 31, so that just spells trouble. And we'll go along the next few moves, as you're going to see. A lot of the pieces come off. And Sam's looking for a draw here. And he's under the gun. It's a 2-point advantage right now for black. And here's poor Sam. He's sitting here and he's fighting like hell. He's sitting here and I have to draw this. I have to draw or win. I have to draw or win. I can't let my team down. I can't let my team down. And he's trying his best. And black, as you can see, is all over him. We'll go through a few moves here. That's a really good move, blocking the queen's scope. Queen just checks again, bishop. And it looks like it's bad news. It's bad news for white. But Sam presses on. He presses on, knowing, at any moment, any time, things could change. Just hang in there. Now we're on move 46, and the computer has Sam at almost a 2-point disadvantage. But one thing that's going to go on, it's a 40-move time control for the second time increment. And towards the end of the game, black, his opponent, gets incredibly low on time, less than a minute. And they're getting a 30-second increment, which is 30 seconds added on after every move. So Sam is just trying to grind this guy. He's trying to get the draw. He doesn't want to let his team down. Or maybe the guy will just blunder and he can win. But you can't be in it. You can't win it or draw it unless you're in it. So we'll go through a few moves here. And this is misery, by the way. If you're white, knowing you have a really crappy position, and you have to at least draw, it's really, really, really hard. It really is. It's tough. And I take my hat off to Sam as he slowly grinds away. King F2. And as time goes on here, black's time gets lower and lower. And it's a very complicated position because of the queens on the board. Sam makes a really good centralizing move there, and they're just maneuvering around for a while, and I think black is losing the thread. And Sam's thinking, oh boy, maybe I can draw this. I won't let my team down. And we'll just keep going through a few more moves. Like I said, you can slow down the video or stop the video if you want to see. Sam would love to get the queens off the board. But, of course, we know that's not going to happen, at least not the way he wants it. And we're just going around and round here, and black is losing the thread. And Sam's thinking, oh, boy. It's an almost 2-point advantage for black right now. And then he goes bishop d6. And all of a sudden, all of black's advantage is gone. All of it. King to g1, which Sam found, makes it 0.00. For those of you out there that don't know, that means a draw. He got it. He hung in there. It was misery upon misery, but he did it. And we'll go through the next few moves, and I'll tell you why I say chess is a cruel game. He's back even material now. Check. King. King to g2. Black with a bishop. King f2. f5. And we'll go through a few moves here. Queen e3. King h6. That was a good move. No more checks. Bishop. And we'll go through a few moves here. And now black's queen gets in. King d2. Right now, on move 80, the tide has turned. According to the computer, black now has a 7-point advantage. That's resignable. And Sam's still hanging in there. Mental misery is just, unless you're a player, it's hard to describe. It's won. The game is won. All black has to do is push the F-pawn. That's all he has to do is push the F-pawn. And the game is over. And black goes queen to g2. And now Sam has some breathing room again. King to c1. Queen takes pawn. Bishop d2. And then black makes another move. It's not so great. King to g6. Now it's almost a draw again. Sam comes up with queen e4. Queen checks. King c2. Queen f2. We're going to go through a few moves here. It's, you'll see as we go on. Now, right now, black is in terrible time control. He moves the queen. Of course, he doesn't want to trade. King b1. This is dead drawn. King takes. b3. Which I thought was that great of a move, but it shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't be an issue. b3. Queen to g2. This is drawn. This is drawn. Now, when black moved queen to g2, normally what you do is you go over your score sheet and you write down your opponent's move. Sam didn't do that. He anticipated that black was going to move the queen there and check. And so as soon as black picked up the queen, Sam touched his king. And then he looked at it, and you could see that there's just a pain in his face. The misery, because once you touch your king, you have to move it. Now black is threatening mate here. You'd have to move the king to here. Which, of course, queen takes the pawn. You'll probably get mated anyway. It's so tragic. All Sam had to do was take a second like you normally do, write your opponent's move, and he would have saw that the queen went to G2 and not H1. But Sam touched his king. And when he realized what he had did, it's basically a pre-move. Those of you who play online know what that is. And he saw what he did. And I felt so bad for Sam because he fought so hard. And so he resigned. And Armenia won the match. Now, Armenia is in first place with 13 points, and there's a whole slew of teams, including the U.S., with 12. If Sam had drawn this, the United States would be in first place. Heartbreaking loss. Chess is such a cruel game and is such a wonderful game. Well, there it is, folks. This is what chess is really all about. Sometimes you're the pigeon, and sometimes you're the statue. Sam, I'm proud of you. You hung in there. You did that another game earlier in this Olympiad, and you're doing well for your team. Don't let this get by you. Don't let this bother you. You can hang in there and finish out the rest of the Olympiad. But this is what people call on tilt, and it's cruel, and it's mean, and you've got nobody to blame but yourself. It's just bad luck. Until the next time, folks, goodbye and good luck.